What is up, everybody? Meriden Gaming here. We're back for another World of Tanks Tech Tree Tank Showcase and Review. Taking a look at the Tier 10 American Heavy Tank, the T110e5. This is one of the classic tanks in the game. It's been in the game for a very long time, and it's held up pretty well. I do tend to see, maybe not every game, unless you're playing a Tier 9, Tier 10 game, but it's pretty often that you will see this tank because it just holds up pretty well. Decent gun handling, decent turret, decent, just overall stats. It's not overpowered by any means, but you can make do with it for sure. But as you can see, it's got the classic American design, this kind of boat-shaped hull here, elongated turret. But the nice thing on this, compared to some of the other ones, it's got kind of a rounded turret and it kind of slopes back here, which allows you to absorb quite a few shells. But the one problem you do have is, yeah, the giant cupola on top. You definitely have to make sure to hide this. This definitely moved from the previous tank. It was back here in the center. It's moved to one side, so you can effectively hide it pretty well if you use your buildings and side scrape correctly. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual armor profile. So yeah, as you can see, big old green spot right here, and quite a few little spots right here around the mantlet, and yeah, lower plate. But using your 8 degrees gun depression, you can kind of make that cupola go away. Gotta make sure not to expose your lower plate. So this is definitely more of one of those peek yourself, prop yourself up on rubble kind of tanks rather than side scraping, just because of having this, unless you can sit the building here and prevent it from getting exposed. So this is kind of like, the Renegade, the M103 as well, but of course that one was in the center, so you definitely have to make use of your surroundings in order to not get utterly destroyed. But yeah, let's go ahead and get over the comparison. So, we have the T110e5 here on the left. We've got the other Tier 10 American Heavy Tank, the M5Y. I'm still trying to grind to get that thing, but yeah, that thing's kind of a beast. The classic Object 277, the fast assault heavy tank that you are definitely going to see this tank. If there's a Tier 10 heavy tank in the game, it's going to be this thing. Almost guaranteed. The IS-7, because, it's one of those classic kind of trollish armors. The armor actually doesn't look that great, but it's all about the angle. All about that angle. About that angle. Yeah. Anyway, Super Conqueror. Yeah, this is also fairly popular just because of its gun statistics. It can, really dish out some damage, and it's very accurately so. Then you got the Super Heavy, the E100. This is, of course, on the North American server where I play. This is the other one I see quite often. If you don't see a 277, you see an E100. It's just one of the things about the game that is that classic tank that everyone loves. Alright, so let's get down to the stats. It's actually pretty good, other than the Super Conqueror, just because it's got a slightly faster reload. It's, top DPM out of all these, of course, with no equipment. Equipment can make a difference. But then penetration, yeah, right in the middle. Pretty good for standard rounds. And of course, if you equip the heat rounds 340, that can go through a lot of stuff, but you just have to make sure you're not hitting spaced armor. Damage 400. Now, I want to say that's the one downside to this tank is the alpha is just a little bit low compared to a lot of other stuff, but because of your reload time, it kind of makes up for it. But I want to say the previous tank had the tier 10 gun as well, so you're not going to really get an upgrade in damage from the M103. Then we get down to, of course, rate of fire 8. You can almost get out 2 shells, especially if we trim this down. I want to say we can get probably to like 8.14 or so. So you will definitely be able to trade just because you'll be able to get an extra shot out before you need to retreat, before anyone else will be, other than the Super Conqueror, will be able to get that second round off. Wait. Third round off. Because they'll get a second round, but you'll get that third round in before they get another round in. Of course, a 120, so that means you can go through anything under, it's like 39.5 armor, you're going to overmatch. Shell velocity, one of the faster ones here, you don't have to lead quite as much other than the M5Y. But that is the one good thing about it compared to where it doesn't have the penetration. You can hit those longer moving targets a little bit better as far as travel time to the target. Accuracy not quite as good. Aim time 1.92. Yeah, we don't have to mess with that. That's what I'm shooting for with every tank. Is that 1.9 or anything under 2? That's definitely fast enough to where you can get aimed in on that target, or not even get fully aimed in. It's going to get pretty close so you can fire and retreat back behind cover. Dispersion, we can get this down a couple points. This is one of those kind of medium brawler territory dispersions at the moment. But yeah, once you get it down to the 0.32 or 0.3 if we could manage it and below, that's a sniper. I mean, this is really designed to be a sniper, but it'll work for sure. But yeah, otherwise, other than the Super Conqueror, best gun stats out of all these tanks. Of course, gun depression, 8. We did lose a couple points here. I want to say the M103 has 10, and then quite a few of the American tanks, like the M5Y, have 10. So you are at a disadvantage against those because they can hide their holes a little bit better because of that. But otherwise, you're better than everything but Super Conqueror again. Speed! Yeah, you're kind of slow. You're not as slow as like an E100 or a mouse, but you're definitely not going to get into place as fast as one of those Object 277s or the IS-7. Then we get down to your weight. You are a fluffy boy, you will say. You're not a chunky boy like the E100, but you're not a super light tank either. You're on the lighter side overall, but yeah, your power to weight ratio is kind of right in the middle of everyone. You will be able to climb some hills, but you're not going to be as good as a 277 or the IS-7. The IS-7 is a little bit worse just because it is pretty heavy, but that 277 is ridiculous as far as getting into locations. So definitely going to have problems with those things. We get down to your armor. See, this is what I'm talking about. The armor doesn't look great, but it's because of the angles on it, you can absorb quite a few shells. So that's where this kind of makes up for it with that dome shape to the front. Very similar to like an IS-7 where it's got that technically lower armor, but because of the shape of it, it's good. Whereas stuff like the M5Y, it's got a really weird shape armor too, but from the front, yeah, that thing's impenetrable practically. And finally, we get down to view range. They all have 400, so you're pretty much on par with everyone else. Anyway, let's see, what will we do to improve upon this? Well, you know what I'm going to do. Oh, wrong thing. I always put vents on stuff. Then you have a couple of options here. Gun rammer, give you a little bit faster reload, so you can definitely get out those extra shots. And then finally, kind of depends on what you want to do. We can either get our circle size down, or we can do better with our, which is probably what I would do, the vertical stabilizers, get our dispersion down even more when we're moving and reversing. You could also go with the improved rotation, but because of your cupola stuff, you're not going to be sitting out with your turret just kind of out. I would say the vert stabilizers are better just because you're going to be poking out, shooting, and coming back, so this will keep your reticle from blooming quite as much. So that's what I would go with. And of course, what we're going to do, of course, we're going to have camouflage. We're going to have, oh, nope, not concealment. Go away. Brothers in arms. We're going to be taking, of course, repairs. You pretty much always want repairs on all your heavies, although it's not really going to affect your stats that much. The smooth ride, we're going to want the snapshot. Those are going to be the main ones, the snapshot, smooth ride, brothers in arms. You can get a little bit of extra stuff with the off-road driving that allows you to get into some better locations. Those are going to be the main ones you want to get. Let's see what does that do to our stats. So our reload time went, wait, did that not, it didn't save it. Oh, I hit cancel, didn't I? It helps if I actually hit the right button, doesn't it? Okay, let's try this again. Got that. We got this, and we got the vert staves. Camouflage, or brothers in arms. Becon's not really going to matter because it's not going to show up in the stats. Do the right snapshot. So that gets us down to 7.23. That's really good. You're almost gonna get 3 shots in to every one, or yeah, every one of the E100. Definitely get 2 shots in, especially if you bait the shell correctly. Almost 2 in on the IS-7. Yeah, you even got a faster reload than a stock Super Conch. That's pretty good. And then it gets our dispersion down to 0.32. That is on the edge of sniping with this thing. You can snipe with it, but you're not going to have pinpoint accuracy that you would with a lot of other tanks. But yeah, that brings it into the Super Conqueror range there. And then what else did we get? We got 418 view range with just that. You throw on either recon or situational awareness, that's going to get you to the max view range. But of course, that's true for all these tanks, so that really doesn't matter. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, looks good. Anyway, let's go ahead and get over to that gameplay. We are going to be watching a Mankey76 in his T110e5. I have not watched this battle. It's on Insk, and they're coming from the north. So let's go ahead and start this up. I'll let him control the camera. Like I said, not watch this, so we'll see how this goes. And here he goes. Of course, he's going to go into the city because that's where the heavies pretty much have to go. The field leaves you way too exposed. I take a few shots at people running across here sometimes. Oh, look at that. Little snapshot right on in there. I don't know what equipment he has. He is moving pretty quick, so I'd say he at least has bends. That does boost a little bit. Yep, so he's going to go to the standard spot that I would expect most heavies to go, into this E2, E3 area. Oh, someone got there faster than he did. Is that a 277? Yes, it is. See, that's what I'm talking about. Those 277s can really get into place quickly. There you go. Nice little double shot there. Got a Rhinoceronte here as well. Give me 1 second. I need to change because to download the update, it messes with my settings a little bit. Pop that Udez. 434. Nice, nice. And he has taken some damage. Oh yeah, use that Kronvon as cover here. Wait, I didn't remember that building being destructible. Maybe it wasn't the building, maybe it's just that corner post. I didn't do damage, but yeah, look at that. Already 2,000 damage. We're not even 2 minutes into the game. Oh, oh, don't bump your buddy. I didn't look at all the stats. I know this guy does really well though. I get to a better position to take advantage of these guys here because they're not looking at him. Oh, line shot did not work. Ooh, look at that, bouncing those shots. Take first aim in and get that kill shot. 661. Wow. It's a high roll if I ever saw one. He's got intuition because he's reloading different shell types. Oh, nice. Another 495. Yeah, he's getting some good high rolls here. Look at that. Already 2,700 damage. Not quite 3.5 minutes. Or 2.5 minutes in. Definitely making good use of his reload time here. Wow, look at that. 4 kills already. That's how you play this tank right here. An interesting skin. I hadn't seen this one before. That's one of those 3D skins. But helps visually hide your weak spots. Oh, bounced. Yeah, see, looks like the entire enemy team, especially the mediums, EDs, all came to the field. But his team got overran out here. But he should be able to take these guys on. Try to get around this T110e5, the Patriot. The Tier 8 American. I really like it. It's got a pretty quick reload. Yeah, shoot between those. Oh, not quite there. That is a good play here, though. You can shoot under the trains. Oh, his Patriot buddy just went down. 7-7. Oh, that's a good shot against. And he's getting a lot of high rolls, because normally you only have 400. Okay. I need to change my settings, because it's showing the module damage, too. Yeah, he's just in a really good position with these down tanks. He's using those for cover, allowing him to get some nice shots in, and this guy wasn't even looking at him. Look, there's a low roll. But yeah, it's all about using cover properly. Make sure not to expose your weak points. Wow. They're down 2 tank. Well, they're down 1 tank. Oh, and look at that lucky bounce there. And wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And oh, boom. 99 damage. Wow, look at that. 7 kills. That's really good. He's damaged a lot of different people. Yeah, let's go to T50, SDRB, the T30, the 277. I mean, wow, he is making it work. Ooh, ooh, sneak shot in, boom. 15. It was actually straight 415 damage. SDRV 81. I am not familiar with that one. I have not seen that one until just recently. On the Kronbahn, hold on, let me get into position. Think camper. Nope, he is not camping. He is trying to make sure you don't die while he flanks the enemy. See, this is what I try to do a lot. I try to flank. Sneak around. Sneak around. Oh, I just realized this is an encounter battle. He is trying to force them to come to him. Although with only 1 tank in, it's going to take a while. I need to do more encounter battles. I've got a clanmate that really likes them. Like, I swear every time we've played, it's either been the encounter or the assault. Like, every single time he's commander. Because there was like 4 games in a row, it was one or the other. Oh, trade out. Promise he's too close, he's not... Got a 50% chance to go through there. There's the spot right there. There you go. Went from took that guy from full health. I don't think he took damage that time. Yeah, no, he blocked a heat round. Oh, there's the enemy T110e5. 8 kills so far. 8,100 damage. 4,200 blocked. Oh yeah. He just realized he did 8k as well. Get another kill. Can he get another kill? Come on. Come on. Oh, boom! Nice. 9 kills. Oh, it's down to 1-on-1. Let's see. What is it? It's not that one. It's that one. Oh, yeah. That 122 is definitely a one-shot. There's not really a point in capturing the base. Well, I guess it would draw the guy to you. You just have to position yourself well there, because there are spots that the other guy can, if he's quick, can like kind of go around the edges and shoot you. Yeah, that 122 cannot, unless the ammo racks him, cannot kill him, and it's got like a 15-second reload, so if he can spot him and rush him, that 122 is dead. Asking how much HP? 1,400? There's no way he has 1,400. Because when I checked, he's down to like a sliver. Yep. Now it's just a waiting game at this point. I mean, he's definitely going to have it capped out if the guy doesn't come for him. But it does look like the 122 is the best player on the enemy team, at least as far as kills go. Those may have been, you know, vulture kills. I definitely do like this camo on him, though. That is an interesting 3D camo. That's even got like a little crane winch thing going. Oh, oh. Yeah, I got too close. You got too close. Come on, boy. Come on. Love that. The Kronvan's like, the E5 was camping all battle. He has run from one side of the battlefield to the other and back. Kronvan is just butthurt because he died. He's like, skill. Yeah, that's how I last skill. And the Coonspander's like, who cares? We're winning. Oh, oh, yep. Tried to sneak up on you. Tried to sneak up on you. Can you shoot him under? Wow, the crane van is really butthurt. And there you go, it's dead. Wow. Yeah, that one guy did not like the fact that Cranvon did not like the fact that this guy did so well. Anyway, look at that, 10 kills. Let's go ahead and get over to the stats real quick. Alright, so yeah, 80 to 56 damage. Wow, that's a lot. Another 869, so over 9,000 damage combined. 4290 blocked, 9 crits, and 10 kills. Ace Tanker, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Shell Proof, Fool's Metal, Steel Wall, High Caliber, Top Gun. Yeah. Grandvon? Yeah, this guy didn't know what he was doing. Camped the whole game. Yeah. No, I think he actually played very well. Let's see, how many guys did he damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He damaged every tank on the enemy team. I mean, that's a round of applause right there. Round of applause. Very nicely done, sir. Definitely enjoyed watching this. If I ever need a primer on how to play this tank, I'm coming back to watch this one again. Anyway, this is Mirrodin Gaming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.